Hello everyone. In this class I will explain you about the cross product. So earlier we have discussed that in vectors four operations are defined. Summation, subtraction and multiplication is of two types, dot product and cross product. Division is not defined in vector, so we don't have any quantity like a vector divided by another vector. Summation, subtraction we have done, and now multiplication is of two types, dot product and cross product. Dot product we talked about in the last class. In this class I will take cross product of two vectors. So let's take two vectors A and B with an angle theta between them. Cross product of the two vectors, we call it vector product, which means that the quantity that we get will be a vector quantity, and cross because we use cross to denote the product of the two vectors, and this quantity A cross B will be a vector. So cross and this resultant is a vector quantity. Magnitude wise, A cross B gives us the area of this parallelogram. We can complete the parallelogram by taking the given two vectors as two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. The area of this parallelogram, that is actually the magnitude of the cross product of the two vectors. And it is, how can we find the area of this? Area of parallelogram is base into height. Base is A. And what is the height? B. This is B cos theta, this is B sin theta. A, B sin theta. But this is not complete. AB sin theta is the magnitude part only. We multiply it by unit vector. Purpose is to assign direction to AB sin theta. So now this is a vector quantity. So this part, it can also be written as A cross B magnitude. So I can write like this: A cross B magnitude is AB sin theta. But A cross B is AB sin theta n cap. So n cap, if we are asked to find out, this is A cross B divided by the magnitude of A cross B, which is AB sin theta. Now let's talk about n cap, how to find out this direction of this vector. Unit vector and its direction is perpendicular to both the given vectors. So it is perpendicular to the plane in which A and B lie. Now how can we find? We use right hand screw rule to find out the direction of n cap. Now try to understand it. A cross B. Keep the right hand in such a way, and we have to turn our fingers clockwise, anti-clockwise, sorry. Right? From first vector to second vector. Thumb will give us the direction of the cross product. So if I have to find out A cross B, it is out. If I have to find B cross A, so if we turn our fingers from first vector to second vector through the smaller angle. A smaller angle because A and B, you may say, this is also the angle between them. So one is this is the smaller angle, this is the larger angle. So I have to turn my fingers from first vector to second vector through the smaller angle. So A cross B means I have to move like this. B cross A means I have to move like this. So B cross B is inward, perpendicular to the plane of the board. A cross B is perpendicular to the plane of the board, but outside. So this is how A cross B direction can be found out. Okay, if we are given these vectors now in terms of unit vectors. This is vector A and this is vector B. So first let us find out what will be I cross I, J cross J, K cross K. It's very easy to conclude that this will be 0. What's the angle between I and I? 0. 0, 0. Theta is 0. So it will become 0. So I cross I, J cross J, K cross K will be 0, unlike in dot product where I dot I is 1, J dot J is also 1, K dot K is also 1. And what about I dot J? Use this one. Magnitude of first vector is 1. Magnitude of second vector is 1. Sine, the angle between I and J is 90 because these are the unit vectors along x and y. Into a unit vector perpendicular to both. I is unit vector along x, J unit vector along y. So what is the unit vector along them? It may be k or it may even be minus k. Now you can find out from here. It is say x-axis, y-axis, it is z. So I will be along this, J will be along this and K will be along this. So if I have to find I cross J, use again the same rule. Turn the fingers from I to J through the smaller angle. So I to J, it is along K. Okay, if I have to find J cross I, it will be minus K. J cross K, J is this and K is this. X, X, Y and Z. So Y, Z, J cross K along I. K cross J, it will be minus I. Similarly, K cross I, J, I cross K. Now, you should practice all these directions. Turn your fingers from first to second vector, that's it. K cross I, K is this, I. You have to keep the tails together. This is K cross I. Okay. Now, I cross J becomes K. Same way, J cross K will become I. K cross I will be J. Actually, it is cyclic order. I, J, K, I, J, K. So I cross J will be K, J cross K will be I, K cross I will be J. And if the order is reversed, there will be a minus sign. So K cross I will be J, but I cross K will be minus J. J cross K will be I, but K cross J will be minus I. Okay. Now once we have all these, A vector is AXI, AYJ and AZK. B is BXI, BYJ and BZK. A cross B. First I have to write the first vector, then cross second vector, and there will be many terms. Like first term will be AX, BX, I cross I, which is 0. So 0 plus AX, BY, I cross J, K cap, AX, BZ, I cross K, minus J. I will write here I, J, K, I. So I cross K means minus J. Plus AY, BX, J cross I, minus K. Plus j cross j, so 0, plus ay bz, j cross k, I, plus bz, sorry, it should be az bx, k cross I, it is j, plus az by, k cross j, minus I cap, and plus k cross k will be 0. So we'll have 6 terms, non-zero terms, and 3 zeros. So I can remove these terms. So I have 6 terms now. There's a particular way of writing this. We call it determinant I, j, k, and simpler version, because I'm telling you, I, j, k, write all components of first vector, write all components of second vector. We call it determinant. These are the columns and these are the rows. So you can directly use this expression as formula, and how to open it, this I am telling you, this should give this. So first we write I cap, the first term which is here, then leave this column and this row, we are left with this into this. So ay bz minus az by, minus j, center वाले में minus, leave this column, this row, ax bz minus az bx, plus k cap, leave this and this, ax by minus ay bx. If we look, these are the same terms, ay bzi, this, then minus az by I cap, this one, and same way you can see all these 6 terms are there too. So very simple, make a determinant I, j, k, all 3 components of first vector, all 3 components of second vector. To open it, I, leave this into this, minus j, leave this into this, k, leave this into this. We can take one example so that it is more clear to you. Let me take a numerical example to find out the value of cross product. Say I plus j minus k, and b is say 2i cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and I have to find a cross b. Then it is I, j, k, all 3 components of first, 1, 1, minus 1, 1, 1, minus 1. Here 2, 2, minus 3. To open it, I, this into this, minus 3, minus this into this, minus 2, minus j, leave this and this, minus 3, minus 2, plus k, leave this and this, so 2 minus 2. So it is I minus 3 plus 2 minus j minus 3 plus 2, and this is 0. So minus I cap, and this is plus j cap. So this is how we can find out the cross product. Now we can even find out I can expand it further. I can say find out the area of the parallelogram of which 2 adjacent sides are represented by it. So I told you initially, how can we find out the area? It is actually the magnitude of the cross product. This is the cross product. So what is the magnitude of this? We can find out the magnitude. This will be helpful in calculating magnitude. Under root minus 1 square plus 1 square, this give under root 2. So under root 2 units square. So that will be the area of the parallelogram formed by these two vectors. I can even ask you calculate the unit vector perpendicular to both these given vectors. It means n cap. So n cap is a unit vector perpendicular to both. So A cross B and multiplied by the magnitude of A cross B. A cross B is what? Minus I cap plus j cap, and what is the magnitude of it? Root 2. So n cap is this. So just to revise again, cross product is vector product because the quantity that we get after multiplication is a vector quantity denoted by a cross, and the magnitude of this gives us the area of the parallelogram formed by these two vectors as two adjacent sides. So A cross B is AB sin theta multiplied by n cap. To find out the direction of n cap, we use right hand screw rule. I have told you have to turn your fingers like this. Move your fingers from first vector to second through the smaller angle. But turn like this only. From smaller to bigger angle, through the smaller angle, from first vector to second, thumb gives us the direction of the cross product. Right? So we can find using this determinant, I cross I, j cross k, j cross j and k cross k becomes 0, and I cross j is k, j cross k is I, similarly k cross I will be j. And I told you take them in cyclic order, I, j, k, like that. Okay. So that's all in vector program.